Hank, today's a very special day because Willy Bubbles, the nerd fighting puppy, is getting his cast off. There he is, back from school. He's looking at himself right now. He's like, I am a handsome lad. So Sarah, how do you feel about Willy getting his cast off?
I am pretty excited. It's a really big day for Willy. I mean, he's been building up to this for almost his entire life.
Look, Hank, he's still walking with a limp. Because he thinks that he has the cast. Willy, come here. So Hank, those were the first two things the Nerdfighters wanted me to do for them. 1, see more Willy. 2, see more of the Yeti. Thing 3, learn a few phrases of the Tobian language. Hank, even though there are only about 150 people alive who speak the language of Tobian, there's actually a website that's like a repository of all things Tobian. But just like any foreign language class, the sentences they teach you are absolutely ridiculous. Hank, I am about to speak Tobian to you, and I am not making it up. Arami chin hin chirihitrai. He is sucking the bark of the tree. Has pamukengi. Take the pumpkin. Hatuahapungu charara. Don't suck on that bone. Hank, I want to go to the island of Toby only knowing those 3 phrases and see how far I get. Do not suck on the bone. Take the pumpkin. Hey, I notice you're sucking the bark off that tree. Thing 4, walk somewhere you would usually drive. Perfect. I would usually drive to thing 10, but I'll walk instead and do the rest of the video on the way. Thing 5, spend more time at the Ning. Hank, I completely agree with the Nerdfighters who said we need to spend more time on the Ning. That's why I went in and updated all of the favorite photos, including this one and this one and this amazing Nerdfighter t-shirt. And I started a tradition of text-based question Tuesdays, and you went in and put a poll so that people can vote on their favorite going postal blurbs. Speaking of which, thing 6, bring back the Nerdfighter blurbing book club. Hank, I am pleased to announce that the new book in our book club is none other than Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Right now, all over the world, teenage Nerdfighters are like, oh god, I hate that book. But I don't care, I think we should read it anyway, and then you can tell me why you don't like it, and then I'll tell you why you actually should like it. It'll be like English class, only I will have the teaching power. I am the English teacher. I am mad with power. People in the neighborhood look at me funny when I scream into the camera while walking. Thing 7, talk about Winfleet's book giveaway. Hank, as you know, there is one great piece of Nerdfighter literature in our canon, and that is Mummy, How Do I Know If I'm a Nerdfighter, written by Debbie Kiddo, the queen of Australian nerdfighting. There are only like 5 copies of this book in the entire world. You have one, I have one, our parents have one, Peter has one, Debbie has one, I think secret brother Tom has one. But now Debbie is auctioning off the last remaining copies of Mummy, How Do I Know If I'm a Nerdfighter to benefit an orphanage in Lebanon. If you want the book, or if you just want to help decrease suck, check out the video on YouTube that this one is a response to. Thing 8, Hank, the Nerdfighters want me to be like you and give an Xbox worth of money to a charity. I did that before I left, actually, to save the children. You're welcome, the children. Thing 9, do a question Tuesday next Tuesday. Okay. Nerdfighters, leave me your questions and comments. And finally, Hank, thing 10, go into a bookstore and secretly sign one of your books. I'm really glad someone requested this because it's actually one of my favorite secret hobbies, but I'm a little worried they won't have any of my books. Uh-oh. I was here like a week ago and they had one of my books. Whatever shall I sign? Willy says, remember to leave your questions in the comments.